Right, so for today, I'm going to try to record another backtesting video for you guys. This one is going to be focused on maintaining a really high win rate. So I'm honestly just going to keep trading until I lose. So that could be like an hour long, that could be 5 minutes. We'll see. For this one, I'm going to be trading the continuation model. On MNQ, NES. We're going to do a random year that I don't, have any data for. Let's do 2023. Random month, August. And I'll put that until I close my eyes so I can make it random. But let's do September, end of the month. Oh, let's put this to the first of the month, sorry. 50K leverage, because I trade 50K accounts. Let's go. All right, so in this, I'm going to be looking for three things specifically: a clear entry and a safe one, a clean and valid and strong drawn liquidity, and three, good price action, delivery, and volume within the markets. Those three things will be an A+ setup for me. All right, so let's actually go to New York session. All right, let's check out the 1 hour. We're in a huge gap on the 1 hour. So honestly, I'm looking for bearish displacement. I'll make all my drawn liquidity lines blue and a little thicker so we can always tell what's a drawn liquidity and what's not. And then if we do end up going to the upside, I'll be looking at this swing high and this unfilled fair value gap on the 1 hour time frame over here. Let's see what we're trading in right now. On the 15-minute time frame, we're also within a gap. We're about to inverse this one maybe, and there's also an unfilled one up here. So if we are going to head bearish, I would expect us to maybe wick into this and then continue downwards. If we're going to continue bullish, I would want to see us inverse this. On the 5-minute time frame, we do have a gap up here that we have not tapped into. So I'll maybe look at those as conditional. Let's see what happens on the 1 minute though. All right, nice. Market open, we tapped into this 5-minute gap and the 15-minute gap, exactly like I said we would. If we're going to continue bearish, so now it's just about finding an entry to this drawn liquidity, which is about 40 points away. If I was to enter just straight off that displacement at market open, this wouldn't be a safe entry at all. But we do have an inverse fair value gap that we just formed with really good volume coming out of this. This isn't the safest entry though, but I will take it. 5-minute looks clean, everything else looks clean. Why did this do that? I don't like this wick though, honestly. We did come down here, so I might. Why is it tweaking? Okay, I'm gonna go break even now though, because I don't see us coming back up. Okay. All right, so I break even just saved me from this video being like 2 minutes long. All right, so we come down here, we edge. I guess this low, we tap into this gap maybe. That is a nasty wick on the 1 hour time frame. I mean, 5-minute time frame. Also, let's get rid of the volume. This is so annoying. I didn't even look at ES for that, honestly. I liked the displacement coming out of that 5-minute gap at market open with good volume. Like, all right, let's hide this first. real quick. I can't even. Oh, I can't hide it. Like, do you see this wick on the 5 minute time frame? Like, that's so ugly. We just start ranging like crazy after that. But yeah. Oh, oops. All right, so this is my trade. Got to break even. Once we came down here, not bad. And no, break evens do not count as a loss, in case you're wondering. Let's head back over to the 1 hour time frame. We're currently respecting this gap, and we do have this bearish target down here at 590. If we do come upwards, I would want to see us take this and also tap into this unfilled 1 hour gap. I am going to start checking ES though for any S&Ts. Might as well start doing that now. Same thing on ES, but it looks like we tapped into this gap on the 1 hour. So since this has already been mitigated, that might not be a strong target, but I'll still draw maybe. We also tapped into it twice. All right, I definitely do see us being bearish then, especially because we inverse this gap. All right, so I'm also going to be looking for shorts, honestly, down to this wick. Let's see what we're doing for any conditionals. 15 minutes kind of ugly. We're respecting the hell out of this gap right here. We're in a bullish gap and we're respecting that. And on the 5 minute, we have a tiny gap that we tapped into over here. Like we barely tapped into it. Like we very, very weakly tapped into it. But let's see. I'm going to delete this bullish gap because I'll just know. I want to see what we do at market open though. Start going downwards. And our target is around 60 points away. So if we get an entry, that's perfect. Oh, I'm not on this. On the wrong time frame. All right. We tap into this 1 minute gap. Going lower. 15 minutes kind of ugly. Five-minute. This is a pretty weak conditional, but let's see how we do. We did actually respect this 1 minute gap pretty strongly. Yeah, I'll probably enter it now then. Respecting this gap. I'll actually put my stop at the top of this one. See if we get a 1-to-1. We do. Stop above that swing high. TP at that low. Nice. I'm going to go break even now. And boom, TP hit. All right, pretty simple trade, obviously. We have a pretty strong draw on liquidity, which is this 1 hour wick. On the 15 minute, it's kind of chopped, but we do have this small gap that we're respecting. We also have a small 5 minute gap that we're respecting. And at market open, we start displacing downwards. We create a fair value gap that we respect. And I honestly should have just entered once I got this huge wick coming out of this gap. Like we're clearly going to respect that and start moving downwards, especially because we closed all the way down here. But I waited for the next one and I entered right there for a 1 to 1.06. And that is 1.3K profit on the account. All right, so next day. And also I should be journaling all these. So actually, yeah, let's do that. Let's go back to yesterday so I can, is that, I'll do 10 o'clock. Okay, let me just journal these. is my text not here? I'll just screenshot that. Go over to my journal, backtesting, today's YouTube video, wins. And I'm gonna add this. Screenshots. Oh, actually it's over here. Nice. So that is now journaled in my wins folder in my journal. And now we're gonna move on to tomorrow. Let's delete these, reset the chart. Head over to the 1 hour time frame. All right, super bearish again. We respected the hell out of this 1 hour gap. And we're heading lower. Only target that I can see is this one, but that's like 20 points away. Don't really want to target that. What else is over here? We're in a 1 hour gap right now. This is just an ugly day, honestly. Maybe this unfilled gap over here on the 1 hour time frame, but that's I don't know. This is tough. But we are super. These aren't even strong draws in liquidity, honestly. I'm not even gonna look at this. Like, this is bullshit. That's like 20 points away. I likely wouldn't even trade today, honestly. But we'll see. Yes. Same thing. Super bearish. And let's see if that 1 hour gap actually. Well, if there was one on ES. And there wasn't. Yeah, we probably might not do anything clean today. But nonetheless, let's take a look. 15 minutes, pretty ugly. No fair value gaps in the last like few hours. Just huge long wicks. 5 minute time frame. We do have this fair value gap. And we have an unfilled gap over here. So let's say we do at market open. Tap into this gap. What is this that I marked out over here? Oh, that 1 hour gap. Okay. I wouldn't ideally want to long into a gap or anything like that. And on the 1 hour time frame, don't really see any clean draws up here. Yeah, I'm not even gonna. This is very recent liquidity. I probably wouldn't even take anything. We do respect this gap, so we are probably gonna go higher, but I don't have any clean draws up there. Yeah, see, if I had taken that without a clean draw, I would have been cooked. This is really good volume though, and we are displacing. We also just created this inverse fair value gap. Why does it say 15 minutes? All right, inverse fair value gap just got created. So actually, if we do head bearish now, we can maybe see. Yeah, price is gonna be ugly today. Yeah, this is just choppy. No good entries, no good draws. Yeah. Next time. Oh, okay. All right, 1 hour time frame. Oof, this looks disgusting. All right, we are in a gap right now. On the 1 hour time frame, the draws look disgusting. Let's maybe check the 4 hour. We're in a huge 4 hour gap. I don't expect much. Like, look at these 4 hour candles. Huge wicks, very small bodies, no fair value gaps in the 4 hour time frame in like the last few days. This is ugly. I can already tell this is gonna be an ugly day. Um, yeah, even when we're coming down here, like there's no fair value gaps in the 1 hour time frame anywhere over here. Literally none of these are fair value gaps. Maybe this, no, that's not even a fair value gap. Like this is disgusting. Yeah. I don't really have any good targets, honestly. This looks pretty chopped. Yeah, I probably wouldn't even have taken anything. I just wanted to see how the day played out, to see how it went. And I went bearish. Let's head to the 1 hour time frame. We're still in a nasty range. Like this is disgusting. We're just moving sideways. This is disgusting. We're just in a nasty range. And we're in a huge gap. Like I wouldn't even take anything. If we do go bullish, we have this unfilled gap up here. That's like the only thing that I can really target, honestly. And maybe this low. But let's see. Looks like it's the same thing on ES. I'll just draw these out in case we start going towards one of them. On the 15-minute time frame, unfilled gap over here, and some unfilled 5-minute gaps down here. On the 1 minute, we just shoot up and come back down. Looks like we just tapped into this 5-minute gap, which was the first presented fair value gap in this whole leg. We're also respecting this 15-minute gap. So if we start heading upwards, yeah, cooked, chalked. Chalked. We haven't even created any fair value gaps. Oh, we did. We created a fair value gap that instantly got inversed. We created another fair value gap that got respected. But 5-minute looks ugly, just super rangy. Very wicky. Not sorry, not rangy. Very wicky. Lots and lots of wicks. Huge wicks at that. And I'm not looking to take any inverse fair value gap entries off of these. If we maybe get a retrace into any of these gaps, yeah, we just inverse this 5-minute gap. Yeah, this is chopped. I mean, I actually Loki could have taken this. We did retrace upwards, failed to close above these highs, and coming out of the retracement, we inversed a few gaps. I probably would have entered maybe over here as we inverse the second one. And probably had my entry above here. Could have targeted that. Obviously, I'm too late, but oh, that wouldn't even have hit. This is just an ugly day, like low probability days like this, where we're not creating any fair value gaps, we're not having good momentum, good delivery, and we're in a range in the higher time frames. Like these are just ugly days because you can't really predict where we're gonna go. We're just gonna sit inside this range and just move up and down. All right, we finally ended up coming down here. That's cool. We have an unfilled gap up here, but that's like 20 points away. Nothing crazy. We have this high up here. We're just, again, still in a crazy range. Like, we're just moving sideways on the chart. You can literally see we're just moving sideways. And we're still, or we're about to be, within this huge gap again. Like, this is ugly again. respecting this. And again, I obviously wouldn't target this, but yeah, I probably wouldn't even take any trades to the upside unless we like cleanly displace through this gap. Let me draw this out actually. If we cleanly displace above this gap, then we can maybe look for longs. Oh, respecting that 5-minute gap. Yeah, this might be a chop there. Yep, moving sideways. Yeah, I'm not interested in anything over here. Didn't even create any fair value gaps. Well, we are about to. But yeah, this is just ugly there. Maybe could have used this huge 15-minute gap as a conditional and then traded once we started getting some displacement to the downside, but I don't see any safe entries, honestly. Yeah. And I'm probably missing entries as well, but I'm looking again for super clean, obvious, easy entries that we can see. All right, looks like we're finally getting some better movement, but we're again back in the same range. Might just be an ugly week. We're in a 1-hour gap. We have an unfilled gap over here at 313. And we have these highs, but not looking too promising, honestly. Yes, on the 1 hour, we also have same gap that is unfilled. And a little bit of an SMT on the higher time frames with these highs. So I wouldn't be surprised if we continue bearish, maybe to one of these gaps. 4-hour unfilled gap over here too. All right, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we continue bearish, but might just stop somewhere in this gap. All right, let's take a look. Nothing of interest on the 5 or the 15. Is this still recording? Oh, it is. Okay. Tapped into this gap at 925 before heading downwards. How far are we from the draw? I definitely think we are going to continue bearish, but I don't know if we're going to go to this draw. I would probably go break even super fast on this trade, honestly. This is definitely a riskier trade, and I know I said I was going to stay away from these, but ooh, oof. Oh, I didn't even enter. I'm so cooked. Hold on. I'm so cooked. All right, then where were we? We were right here. Yeah, definitely a riskier trade. All right, I'm going break even for sure. Almost got stopped out. So it's really good to have a safe entry. Having this stop at that wick is important. Break even now though, and boom, hit CP. All right, definitely a riskier trade, which I said I was gonna avoid. So we're cooked, but still hit TP. Let me journal that. What was my DLL? Oh, unfilled 1-hour gap. Conditional. I don't even think I had a conditional, honestly. Like that's terrible. Yeah, I don't really have a conditional. Discretion. Actually, I guess we kind of displaced that market open, which made me a lot more confident in taking those shorts. And then entry, 1 minute, fair value gap, expected, and displaced. Screenshot that. Wins. Excuse me. And we're probably going to keep going lower too because ES did not hit the gap yet. Actually, now we did. We just hit that gap. So, cool. And that was a 1 to 1.08. Cool. So 2 wins and 1 break even. And we're 10 days into the month. We're at 2,500. And I'm just trading with 2 minis. That's how I would on an eval. So this is an eval. I'd be up 2.5 right now. I'm about to pass the 3K challenge. And let's delete these. All right, 1 hour time frame. Oh, this is a 4 hour. My bad. 4 hour. We're in a huge gap though. Well, we just respected a huge gap actually. And perfect. 1 hour. We're on a huge gap as well. This is very recent liquidity, so I don't really want to target this. But if we do come lower, I can expect us to probably take out this one. Because this is such a random wick. Like, this is such a random wick before a huge move upwards. Like, this is a pretty cute draw on liquidity. 15-minute, no fair value gaps in the last, like, 3 hours. Actually, more. In the last, like, 5 hours. That's nuts. 5 minute, we are in a 5 minute gap. I'm honestly only interested in shorting right now, though. So my conditional would be if we inverse this gap and or just like disrespect it, displace through it, we'll look for shorts to the downside, but I'm not looking to long. We're in huge gaps in the 4 hour and the 1 hour, the downside. So, all right, 1 minute. We are respecting this gap. Like we're just respecting bearish confluences. But this isn't really good confirmation, obviously. That's not good displacement. Come back up. Tap into this gap, actually. This is an unfilled gap. Oh, did we tap into it? Barely. Let's see if we did on the 1 minute. On yes. On yes, we did tap into this gap. Nice. Yeah, same gap. At 907. We tapped into it on yes. Alright, if we continue lower, then I'll maybe look for an entry. This is not bad though. But let's see. But yeah, we got cooked. Good thing we don't take those, right? Right, guys? Alright, we're definitely respecting this 5 minute gap then. But again, I'm not looking at long. We're in huge gaps in the 1 hour and 4 hour. I'm all set. Yeah. Probably could have been some cool entries, but I don't want to long inside that gap. All right, 1 hour time frame. Nice. Okay, we have this pretty strong draw, but it's like 30 points away. Yo, what is up with price action, dude? It's like all of our draws are so close. And even so, I probably wouldn't even target this. But who knows? Let's see. Unfilled gaps up here. Unfilled gap on the 15. On the 5, we're respecting this gap in pre-market. I wouldn't be surprised if we either A just come straight downwards out of this gap. Oh, let's make this red. I wouldn't be surprised if we come straight downwards out of this gap and honestly take out all of this. Also wouldn't be surprised if we come back up to tap into this 5 and the 15-minute gap and then come back down. I also would not be surprised if we inverse both of these, retrace, and then come back up. So we'll see. It's always good to have multiple narratives for what could happen on the market, well, in the market. 1-minute gap. Nice, okay. Headed straight downwards. And we're gonna rip downwards, take that first draw. I don't like how we wicked right there, but yeah, we're definitely not gonna head lower. 15 minutes chopped. Not liking this at all. Yeah, not liking this at all. Yeah, we took out the draw and we just started chopping around in this range. Yeah, not much, honestly. Oh, maybe I just missed an entry actually over here. Yeah, 5-minute gap. I definitely just missed this entry. But I also probably wouldn't take this to just long up into this gap. Yeah, nah. I don't know if I would take that anyways. Looks like it's gonna play out, but like at what cost? Yeah. So in 2 weeks, and I've taken 2 trades. Am I the worst? Worst trader ever? Yo, trading until I lose, but I only take 3 trades a month. My bad, guys. If we do come up, maybe these targets, that's only 40 points away though, but we shall see. All right, 15-minute, we're respecting this. 5-minute, pretty ugly, not many fair value gaps on the way down. And an unfilled one up here. We did just displace. Wouldn't be surprised if we had lower, but that's not really a safe entry. Can't do that. Yeah, this is just ugly. No fair value gaps yet since market open. Just this one actually. And our target is still 100 and no, just 80 points away. What was this, a 15-minute gap? The unfilled. We did come up pretty high into it though. And the candle closes in 2 minutes. We did just respect this gap too. I want to take this, but this honestly might lead to this would probably lead to the end of this backtesting video because this very likely may not play out. Like very likely may not play out. This might be the end, but let's see. Oh, actually, I'm gonna put my stop down here to fully respect this gap. Okay, I should have went break even actually. Yeah. Oh, I'm still in. Oh, I'm still in. I'm gonna go break even. Yo, I got saved by 1 tick. That's nuts. All right, actually, I might. We're already break even. You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, break even. That just saved me, honestly. That was a terrible trade. Dude, I got saved by one tick. That's comedy. Literally like one tick. Two ticks, actually. Oh no, one tick. That's nuts. Oh no, three ticks. Oh, two ticks. All right, whatever. I can't really tell. But that's nuts. All right. Risky trade. Definitely should have waited, actually. Did we tap into any 5 minute gaps? We didn't even make any 5 minute gaps. Yeah, that was a risky trade. Very risky trade. Would I take that again? No. But I feel like I'm not getting enough like trades for you guys on this video. It's probably like super boring. I'm just like skipping all these days. 1 hour time frame. Wait, did I just skip a day by accident? Oh, I think I did. Okay. All right. So 1 hour time frame. We just tapped into this gap again. Overall, oh my God, we're finally moving on the 1 hour time frame. It looks like. Hopefully, we get some cleaner draws. I want to see us come up here, honestly, and take these out. But yeah, 4 hour gap. Yeah, I want to kind of see us come up here, but I'm obviously going to wait for confirmation on those. So let's see. We do have a 15-minute gap on the. Actually, yeah, we do have a 15-minute gap on the 5 minute. Also have gaps. Let's see. Ugly wick. All right, we did tap into the 15-minute gap, and we just came out of there with some decent volume. I'm gonna wait. Yeah, that would have got treacherous if I took that. Yeah, this is ugly. Yeah. Tap into this gap. Some pretty poor delivery, honestly. When was this slow from? 8 a.m. Yeah, I probably wouldn't even. This is just such a recent liquidity. Like, this is liquidity from like 8 a.m. I wouldn't really want to target that. All right, another no trade day. I'm being like so picky, except for that last trade that I took. But, like, I'm being so picky. This is nuts. 1 hour gap down here. We have this low and this low. This actually might not be bad. This actually might not be a bad day. Oh, but don't tell me. Oh, okay, good. Oh, ES already took these. All right, so we're in a crazy S&T. There's a bullish S&T because ES already took out all of these lows. This low on ES is all the way up here. This low is over here. All right, so bullish S&T. I'll remember that. I don't really use S&T though, so it's just more something like to keep in mind. 15-minute. All right, we're gonna have 5-minute gap. This will be my conditional. If we disrespect this, we're gonna head upwards. If we respect it, we're gonna head downwards. So I'm just gonna wait for some type of displacement. All right, definitely think we're gonna move downwards, but I'm not liking these wicks. I want to see us maybe tap into one of these gaps. All right, we're not. No fair value gap on the 1 minute. I mean, on the 5-minute. 15, neither. But we did just tap into this 1-minute gap. We have some good bullish volume. Might take this. We can get a 1-to-1. That's actually a perfect 1-to-1. So we did have a retracement into this gap. Don't really like how we're chopping around before that, but we shall see. Definitely gonna go break even. And actually, in case we do edge this, I'm probably gonna move my stop up to here and just trail that. Dude, we edged it by like 1 point. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. But I moved my stop up to here. So I trailed it and we ended up making, I don't even know, like a few $100s. But that is like the nastiest edge of all time. We edged this by like 2 points, literally 2 points. I also try to set my TP like a few points below the draw, and we actually like just ended up edging it by 1 tick. That's nuts. That's ridiculous. All right, not bad. 3 wins. Oh, let me document that. Oops. All right, drawn liquidity was this unfilled gap, I think. At 129, yeah. Well, this is a discretionary trade. 1 minute for value gap, tracement, and flip upwards. Oh yeah, this is technically a break even, but it'll still count as a win because we made a few $100, but technically break even since we didn't hit TP. Boom. Dude, journaling your trades is as simple as this. Just write out your draw, your conditional, why you entered, and why it hit TP or why you lost, whatever. So easy. Break even. Yeah. Boom. Super easy. All right, that's journaled. Next session. Let's head to the 1 hour, delete all this bullshit. And the 1 hour looks disgusting again. No fair value gaps. What is this, 2023? This is like disgusting. August is gross. I don't even want to target this. Like, this is actually, it's not too bad. Yeah, like, I don't even know what to target. That's ridiculous. We just, we're gonna disrespect this gap. But if we do come lower, we have these, I guess. And this. But yeah, I don't really see us doing anything. maybe one of these wicks saw some relative equal highs on the 1 hour time frame. All right, so this actually might not be bad. 5 minute gap is not looking good. I mean, 15-minute gap is not looking good. We have an unfilled 5 over here. Wouldn't be surprised if we wicked up into this at market open and then maybe came down. Why does it always do that? Wouldn't be surprised if we disrespect it, come back up, and I'm basically just looking for one of these two situations to happen for my draw on liquidity to be hit. So let's see. That will be my conditional though, that 5 minute gap. Looks like we tapped into it and we actually respected it coming down. We're still pretty far from my draw though, so I'm gonna wait for a I honestly wanted to take this coming out of this, but not clean enough. Oh yeah, I'm liking this. We have a deep retracement. Did we tap into something? We edged this gap, it looks like. Let's see if we tapped into it on ES. We're not even making any gaps. But we're definitely gonna head lower. I think we're gonna head lower. Only thing is I don't know if I should wait until we maybe tap into this gap or just enter now, but we are displacing pretty heavily. So it's like not really sure. If I do lose this, it's because I didn't wait for it to retrace into the 5 minute gap. But let's find out. Oh, I'm on the 5 minute. Yeah, I'm not liking these. Yeah, we're probably. Oh, why is my thing so long? Pause. Why is my thing so. Alright. I'm not gonna go break even yet. Alright. Nice. I'm actually gonna put my stop right here because we're edging like crazy lately. Oh, yo, if I get edged again, yo, yo. It's funny too because if I just had my stop at break even, I would have been fine. But we end up getting edged, literally edged so hard. All right, I did pass the $3,000 account though, the challenge for as your prop firm to pass your eval in 17 days. But let's keep trading. Next session. All right. I don't know, guys. Are we bearish or bullish? Can't tell. What do we talk? We're just like in the middle of nothing. Um, this is gross. Okay. We maybe have this low and this low that we could target, but we're so far away. Actually, we're not that far. Yo, how far away were we from this shit? Like, yo, what is this from? June. We're taking out liquidity from June. That's nuts. All right. Those, I'm definitely bearish, like, but we also are a little overextended. So I wouldn't be surprised if we retrace into one of these gaps. But that's not even that much volume. All right. Target will be this gap on the 1 hour. And maybe one of these. Oh, we barely tapped into it. All right, we'll also keep that there. All right, 5 minute time frame. We have a lot of unfilled gaps up here. 1 second. All right. 15-minute time frame. I don't even see anything like really clean to use as a conditional. Oh, I did not join the last trade. It's too late though. All right, this is nuts. Actually, it's not even that bad. That's like 15 points. Everything looks so strong because like the candle's huge, but I'm just super zoomed out. All right, no entry to these draws, fortunately. No fair value gaps, and I wouldn't take these inverse fair value gap entries ever. Like, that's cooked. We edged this one. Oh my god, we just edged this high. Yo, what is this? What is up with August? We're just edging all these draws and liquidity so hard. Literally 3 ticks, and we're just chopping. Yeah, I would never take that. I would never take anything like that. All right. We didn't even come down to this draw. Oh, we're on the 1 minute. All right. Oh my god, the 1 hour looks decent. All right, and this huge gap. This is like the only acceptable draw. And maybe this high, but that's not even a clean high. Actually, I'll do this one. I didn't see this. And on the 4 hour, we have this unfilled gap, actually. Is that the same 1 hour? Yeah, it is. All right. So I'll keep those. Let me actually mark this out. This is a 4. And we'll put that on the top on the right. All right. So these two are just highs. I'm not even using ES. Like, what am I cooking? I just have it here for shits and giggles. All right, same thing though. 1 hour gap. Cool. This high. Yeah, I don't really use ES, honestly. It's mostly just here for shits and giggles right now. Oh, I'm over here pressing shit. All right. I'm not sure if I want to short today because we are in a huge 1 hour gap, but we're also in a huge bearish 4 hour. That's tough. I might draw this out as a draw. Yeah, this might be. I'll put these two in case we head lower. But let's see. I would want us to like really displace like pretty low down, like down here though, and take a trade maybe like when I'm 40 points away from this draw because I would want to see how we react to this gap. All right, but we did tap into this 5 minute gap over here. We have an unfilled one up here. Oh, that's 15. I'm sorry, 15 minute gap. We are also currently in a 5 minute gap that we are probably gonna respect. I mean disrespect. My bad. Let's see. It's 9:33. We just tapped into this gap. My draws are up here. All right, we're disrespecting this 5 minute gap, honestly, with some decent volume. We just tapped into this 1 minute gap. Let me make this an inverse. My bad. We also, well, we didn't inverse it yet because there's 2 minutes left to close, but we're displacing out of it very, very heavily. Um, I'm interested in longing here. High time frame gaps to the upside. Oh, what did I just do? What the heck? Oh, okay. thought I deleted something. I honestly think we're just going to continue heading bullish right now. I'll actually put this at the bottom of this gap just in case. Is this with 2 minis? Hey, yo. I'm also not trusting any draws right now. All right, yeah. Smooth, nice. All right, let's journal that. I was pretty confident in that because, again, we're just super bullish in my opinion. We're inside this huge gap on the 1 hour, huge gap. Oh no, not on the 4 hour. But yeah, huge gaps in the 1 hour on ES and MNQ. We end up disrespecting this 5 minute. Like if we're gonna continue bearish, we're gonna respect this 5 minute gap at market open. So the fact that we didn't and we had some pretty strong displacements to the upside and we also tapped into this 1 minute gap was like, all right, that's pretty much a sign for me to just go long right now. Good volume, and we hit TP in what, 3 minutes? So beautiful trade. I'll take that. Now let's journal this DOL. What was my DOL? 1 hour high. Okay. Guys, I'm getting pretty tired of backtesting though. I'm not gonna lie. And this was a 1 to 2.18. Boom. Let's screenshot that. Oh, my bad. Oh, it's gonna have my freaking menu bar in it. Screenshot that. Got my wins. And let's add this image. Boom. Alright, super easy. Next day. Like you can just tell when there's good price action based on how the 1 hour is. And like the higher time frames in general. Like if we're respecting gaps, if we're moving very cleanly, like we're gonna probably have a good day. All right, we're currently in a 1 hour gap right now, but I wouldn't target this. I don't know. I maybe target these highs up here. Yeah, that's looking like the play. And then to the downside, we have this low and this low. I'm gonna get rid of ES. I don't even care. Like I'm not even using it. All right. Yeah, high time frames look decent. 15 minute, we're in this gap right now. All right, so we're in many bullish gaps. 5 minute. We respected this one, but I think that was just for a retracement into some of these unfilleds. I want to see how we react at market open though. Okay. Probably won't get an entry to this one. It's 20 points away now. Okay, actually, this is like 10 points. Like this is disgusting. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to take that realistically unless I targeted the second one. What is this? Oh, the unfilled gap. That is a pretty strong draw, and I can always just go break even if we end up respecting that. I'll probably take this actually. And let's do this. No good conditionals, but I actually might extend this out to the top of this fair value gap just to play it safe for real and have a 1-to-1. And then also now that I have like a decent buffer, I'm probably gonna enter with one more mini. But let's see. Oh, oh, okay. Whew. All right. That was looking ridiculous for a second. Okay. Whew. Yo, yo. So remember how I almost had my TP at this high because that was like like previously. All right, let's actually just reverse back to here. I'm gonna put the same entry back, but I want to show you guys something. So initially I had my stop loss down here at this wick. That could be a safe entry, but the safest entry is going to be to have your stop loss at the top of this fair value gap. I wanted to do that, but that wouldn't give me a one-to-one because my risk reward here is 0.96. So I moved it a little downwards so we can have a one-to-one, but it's still above this fair value gap. So that way when we did retrace, it didn't stop me out. Could have gotten a better entry maybe if I just waited, but yeah, sure. But realistically, having the safest stop loss will save you a lot of times. Okay. So again, this is a pretty discretional trade. I didn't really have a conditional on the 5 or 15 minute, but it obviously played out. I knew that we're gonna head downwards once I saw this good volume, how we were respecting this gap. I didn't expect us to retrace like this. I honestly expected us to just have really good volume and go straight down to these draws. But having a pretty big stop of like 25 points is decent, and that saved me. So nice. We didn't get edged. Let me just document that. My draws were this 1 hour unfilled, conditional. Not really conditional, honestly. Just playing it by eye. So, entry, we had good volumes, downside, and respected a 1 minute for like, yeah. If I can spell right. All right, let's screenshot that. Get this in the wins journal. There was that one break even that I forgot to journal, and that's like bothering me because now I only have one break even in here. And I've taken, what is this, 4, 5 trades? Well, technically 6. I just didn't journal the sixth one, but 6 trades, 2 break evens, 4 wins, and we're at $5,965. Pretty cool. This is gonna be a long ass video. I'm not even gonna edit this. I'm not gonna edit this. Like, I would spend hours editing this. Hold on. All right. 1 hour time frame. Oh, this is still the day I just traded. All right, 1 hour time frame. Probably not going to take anything to the upside because we're going to hit this gap right here. And I'm not going to continue to long. And I'm also probably not going to target this liquidity. I don't know what I'll target here. On the 4 hour, maybe this or these equal lows actually down here. Yeah, some really easy hanging, what's it called? Equal lows down there. We're really close to this gap. That's not a draw. I was just marking out the gap. But if we do continue upwards, I would just look for some good volume, some good displacement. 15-minute time frame. If we're gonna head lower, I don't want to see us even tap these gaps, honestly. But we also just inverse this. I don't know. This is interesting for conditionals. Let's see what we do at open. We sweep this liquidity in this gap. Wait. Dude, a tiny fair value gap on the 15-minute time frame. These two could be conditionals, but I don't know. Like these definitely could be conditionals, especially with this type of volume, but not a safe entry, and we're also really far from our draw. Okay, we're like 100 points away, so I'm gonna wait till we get closer. Um, ooh, we're just chopping. Yeah, I'm probably gonna hop off. We're just chopping. Did end up respecting this, but we're just chopping, dude. If we end up getting a nice retracement like closer to there, I wouldn't mind that. Like maybe, yeah, something like this, maybe. Stop at the bottom of this fair value gap. Take a continuation up here. Let me see if we have any 5-minute gaps. Oh, we did just make a 5-minute. Well, we're about to in a couple minutes. Do I want to wait for a retrace? I probably should. Or I could also just have like a bigger stop. I'll maybe play that right there. Yeah, I'll maybe play that right there. I'll actually put it at the bottom of this one. This is a huge stop though. I'm probably just gonna do like 2 minis on this one. Let's see. 1,700. I'm nuts. All right, let's actually I'm just gonna do 1 mini on this one. A bit of a riskier trade. What the hell? What did it just do? Oh, I just clicked sell back soon. I'm buying. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right. I'd probably go break even now. Yeah. I also could have definitely taken two. I'm probably gonna also do this. I'm gonna add into my position and put my stop and just trail it. I'm not liking this wick though. Can I not move my stop loss, dude? Okay. I'm gonna trail it up here. All right. Yeah, terrible delivery, but we are still up a few $100 on that. I'll take that. And because I added in as well, taking that partial was a lot more profit than it would have been. It did average out my positions like somewhere around here, and I was still like $600 in profit. So not too bad. Would have hit if we just waited, but I probably would not have wanted to sit through this chop. Ideally, I would want to see really strong delivery coming up, like right at my entry, because I thought we would. And I also, yeah, we didn't even tap into that 5-minute gap, so not bad. Would have hit if I just didn't show my stop, but it is what it is. When I added into my position, I wanted to have my stop in at least profit, so I don't even know what that. Can I see my stats here? Um, I can, right? Um, wait. Um, break even. How's that a break even? Wait, short. How does like a short? All right, I don't know how this shit works. Let's just do this. Let's just go back. I don't care. August 23rd. Buy. Oh, okay, the buy got filled. And wait, did sell accident? Let's go back to before I entered in. I was here. I was gonna add into my position. Okay. Or did I add it there? No, I think I added it here. My bad. All right, let's go back. But I added it here. So I added into my position here. Okay, and then my stop was up here. Stop loss $600. I don't think TradeZilla does adding into your positions correctly because I should not be up 610 just from this. All right, but whatever. That's why I was looking at the stats. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Well, I wasn't looking at the stats. I was looking at the P&L. I was like, wait, that makes no sense. How would I make $600 on it? But whatever. This orange line is where I got PE at. Dude, I'm getting so tired of backtesting. Oh my god. This drives me insane. Um, yeah, well, I don't even know what it was. I don't remember. Oh, a 1 hour high. Conditional was that. Oh, overlapping 5 minutes and 15 gaps actually. Oh, I was about to say, did it not save any of that? All right, let's move this down. All right. Yeah, I could have just went at break even, honestly. But whatever, it is what it is. I would have hit CP. We'll consider that a break even, I guess. My stomach is. Um, yeah, I still haven't lost yet, but I can't do this in real time. Ask me to trade like this in real markets. I can't. I'm cooked. I'm washed. All right, 1 hour time frame. Oh, this is like this is beautiful. We're moving. We're moving. We're out of this fuck ass range from all this bullshit. All right. All right. So unfilled gap. This actually might be data. Oh no, it's not. It's 4 p.m. My bad, guys. All right. I'm gonna target this unfilled gap over here, but it's only like 50 points away. 40 points, whatever. And to the upside we have this and these two. But don't know if I want to target those. What's it looking like? Unfilled on the 4 hour too? Yeah. I'm mostly gonna look for shorts. Oh yeah, I'm looking for shorts. This is my conditional. I wouldn't be surprised if we rip off market open. I don't even need the 5 minute. No bullshit. Yeah, we just ripped. Very unlucky. Probably not gonna get an entry. Probably not gonna get an entry. Um, this is just super risky. Like I wouldn't even. Oh yeah, and we had a. I might just bang this honestly. 840. I'll probably double that. Actually, I'll do 3. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Oh, it didn't even do anything. Okay. I'll probably just do 3. Yeah, TP in 1 minute. When we're that close to the draw, like we're probably gonna hit it. We're displacing past all this, you know, bullshit liquidity over here. We had that 15-minute conditional that we were respecting. We had a 1 minute fair value gap in pre-market that we were respecting. And we had huge volume. I'm entering that. And we're gonna hit CP on that like most of the time. So let me just journal that. Just 1 minute displacement and volume, honestly. Not really the safest entry, but a good entry. Still got a 1-to-1. Like that was a perfect 1-to-1 to the top of this fairway gap. Ideally, I would want to put it at the top of this, but that would be negative RR. So I'm just gonna take that 1-to-1. And boom. 1 second. All right. Now just screenshot this. Put that in the wins. Dude, I'm getting tired of backtesting. I'm getting so tired of backtesting, bro. I look exhausted. Is this a recording? It is. I must, yeah. This is cooked. With the face cam. Oh my god. This is the second time I'm doing face cam. Because I got a new MacBook, so I was like, hey, might as well just use OBS and just record this shit. Alright, we are in a huge gap. Like, I don't even want to. I don't even know if I want to do anything with this. Maybe target that, but that's so weak. That is so weak. Conditionals on the 15-minute time frame. We're respecting this gap. And we're clearly also in an uptrend too. Um, is this 929? Damn, that's some pretty good volume for pre-market. Yeah, dude, we're gonna rip to the upside. All right, if we get an entry somewhere in here, yeah, we're good. I'm slamming that. Once again, bottom of that fair value gap, and I'll just target upside because I think we're just gonna keep climbing all day. I'll do, let's see how big this stop loss is. 875. Honestly, we'll double that. Oh, okay. I probably should have went break even right there. Okay. I also probably should have went break even right there too. I'm still not going break even though. This is just terrible delivery, but I think I'm pretty confident in our move to the upside. Nice. All right, now I'll go break even. All right, so realistically, taking this trade is kind of cooked because this is like just the worst delivery. And again, also like in real time, you wouldn't know that because we have good volume coming out of market open. We respect this gap with more good volume. We displace. You would never know that we're about to chop. Like what? Who's gonna know that? Oh, do I get break evened? All right, it just saved me from a loss though, so I'll take it. That is ridiculous. And realistically, like if I was taking this in real time, I probably would have went break even at like one of these highs and just like once I saw this chop, I would have just went break even and sat through these highs because that's ridiculous. I'm not sitting through that. But we're back testing, so I can just obviously click one button. Um, that break even just saved me from a loss, so I'll take it. And then we end up, all right, yeah, what is this? That's ridiculous. That's nuts. All right, so let me go back to the candle that broke me out. right here will stop me out. My bad. And my target was, I think, unfilled 4 hour. And then on my conditional was that 15-minute gap that we respected and launched out of. Oh, it looks like we came back to tap this 15-minute gap actually. But I probably would have been off the charts by now. Especially if I break even that one. And after seeing all this delivery to this draw, I would have been off the charts if I got break even right there. Break even. Yellow. Cap. Show. 15-minute gap at pre-market was respected. Entry. 1 minute. Value gap flip. Displacement. Chop after entry. All right. Screenshot that. Break even. All right. Next day. And this honestly might be my last day. Like, this is the end of the month. I'm cooked. I'm tired as hell. I hate backtesting for like long periods of time. This is fried. Like, my brain is like mush right now. Let's remove all these drawings. We're in a huge gap. Realistically, I don't even want to trade this. This is gonna be if we don't get a trade, this is gonna be my last day. Because I'm not gonna do this. Maybe target this gap, but that's ridiculous. Who's doing that? I don't even unfilled over here. These are my two targets. That's pretty much it. There's not much else you can target, honestly. We're in a huge gap. I don't even want to long. Like, longing is ridiculous. Oh, wait. We're super bullish, though. But we are pretty overextended. So I'm curious to see if we maybe retrace into one of these. Oh, 5-minute gap that we're also respecting. But I don't like this wick. So I'm curious to see. Let's. Oh, okay. Or not. 1 hour, we have this unfilled gap down here too. We can also target. Let's see what we do. Okay. Do we tap into anything on the way down? We did not. Well, besides like this gap that we're still respecting. Honestly, I might take that. We're respecting this gap on the 5. On the 15, we're respecting this one too. We had a deep retracement and we rejected out of these levels after tapping into this 1-minute gap, which is also the first presented fair value gap. And we had a huge displacement that was stronger than the what's it called? But we're in a huge, a 42-point stop is ridiculous. That's nuts. You know what? Yeah, I want this video to end. If this doesn't play out, I wouldn't even be surprised because we're in a huge bearish gap on the high time frame. I would not be surprised. And you know what? I'm just gonna full port this because I am tired. I'm tired. We're full porting this. Don't care. Oh, I probably should have went break even. All right, nice. All right, video's over. I'm exhausted. Whew.